High School in Port Orange. It is Creekside and the Spruce Creek Hawks live on Schlick Sports. Hello, everyone. I am Noah Schlick, bringing you tonight's coverage of high school baseball. The Knights traveling to Port Orange after a trip to Haggerty to close out last week. The Knights facing off against the Max Preps #2 team in the state and the Hawks before going on to face Bartram Trail in 2 games Thursday and Friday. Big rivalry matchup coming up, but before that, the Knights looking to pull off a bit of an upset as the Hawks off to a perfect start, 7-0. The Knights 3-4 have faced the toughest schedule in the state. They lead Florida in strength of schedule. According to Max Preps, their strength of schedule rating 14.7, which is very high for the Max Preps ranking system. The Knights come in ranked 93rd in the state of Florida. They've got some good wins, but looking to add another and get started off the right way ahead of the Battle of Longleaf Pine. A different look for Creekside tonight on the field. They'll be starting Hudson Hyatt at third base, Drew Williams in left field. Those two guys not often starters for Creekside. Hudson Hyatt making his first start on the field as a varsity Knight. Matt Bysham will take the mound for Creekside, going up against Jordan Livingston. This is a Spruce Creek team that has been dominant this season in all facets of the game. They have scored at least 8 in each game they've played, and their pitching staff carrying an ERA of 0.64. They have outscored their opponents 72-5. Creekside's got their work cut out for them, and the big key for the Knights, they've got to get those bats going consistently. They're getting runners on base. They've had some good games at the plate, but the hits need to start coming with runners on base. Their pitching's been solid this year. You can always trust Matt Bysham out on the mound. The question for Creekside in this one, will they be able to provide the run support to back him up and come away with a W? As Bysham, no matter the talent, no matter how good he's been, this is a very tough Spruce Creek offense he's going up against, and it'll be a tough task to keep them quiet, especially as you get into the bullpen. This is a Spruce Creek team that is averaging over 10 runs per game. They're going to score most likely in this game. The Knights are going to have to figure out how to do so as well. Creekside led by head coach Chris King. King for the Creekside Knights in his 8th season as head coach. He's got a record of 118-68. For Spruce Creek, they are coached by Matthew Cleveland, who's in his 5th season as the head man at Spruce Creek. The Knights and the Hawks coming up, but first we're going to send you down to the field for the national anthem here on Schlick Sports. It's the Hawks and the Knights getting ready for first pitch here at Spruce Creek High School. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, the batting order for the Creekside Knights. It's a different look for Creekside in this one. They're led off by Connor Belizik, followed by Jonah Leiby and Hunter Schlegel. Heart of the order for Creekside, Blanzett, Williams, and Morton, with Mike Bysham, Hudson Hyatt, and Aiden Benechek rounding things out. This is a Knights team that's had a couple good games at the plate and had some not so good ones as well. As a team, they enter this one batting .220 up at the plate. They've scored 26 runs over their first 7 games. And batting .321 with runners in scoring position. Solid overall, but those numbers mainly coming from their wins over Lincoln and Hillgrove, in which they put up a combined 19 runs. They need to do a better job with runners on and when they have opportunities to score in this game. And those opportunities could be limited against an arm like Jordan Livingston out on the mound. Livingston getting the start for the Spruce Creek side, hasn't allowed a run in his last 10 innings pitched. He's a junior righty. Numbers on Livingston this year, he's making his 4th appearance, his 4th start. He's gone 15 2/3 in all of his appearances. He's earned a win, and he's allowed just 1 run, which was earned. His ERA at 0.45. He struck out 17 while walking 4. Opponents hitting just 113 against Livingston. The fielding alignment for Livingston out there behind him, L.J. Edwards, the Duke commit, in left. Tyler Boyerson in center with Mason Sanders in right. On the infield, it's Tate Haig, the third baseman, Devin Crown at shortstop, and Payson Garcia at second. Lucas Badalato, the first baseman, and Seamus Moylan behind the plate. The temperature out here at Spruce Creek, 68 degrees. The wind blowing out at 12 miles per hour. It's been a gusty day here in the state of Florida. Those wind gusts will get up there. Earlier it was gusting up at 28 miles per hour. Right now, gusts are at 23. The wind blowing out. There are some power hitters on both these sides. We'll see if that comes into effect in this one. As the sun sets behind the left field fence, we are set for some baseball here on Schlick Sports. Connor Belizik stepping up to the plate for Creekside. Belizik has been red hot to start the season. Takes a called strike 1. His batting average at .500 in 26 plate appearances, getting on base at the .577 mark. Takes that one away. Ball and a strike on Belizik. Livingston set, misses down and away. Two balls and a strike. Belizik swings and misses, evening the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Livingston has a fastball that's topped out at 88 according to Perfect Game. Time called at the plate. His fastball will sit in the mid to high 80s. Also mixes up a curveball to throw off hitters. 2-strike pitch. There's the curve. Gets Belizik swinging. Drop third strike. Throw on to first in time. 1 gone for the Creekside Knights. Strikeouts have been an issue at times for Creekside, and something they'll look to avoid tonight. That's kind of been a telling stat in games for the Knights. In losses, they're striking out 35% of the time compared to just 21% in wins. When they're playing well, they're putting the ball in play. First pitch swinging, Jonah Leiby fouls one off. He's been putting up some good plate appearances recently, making good contact. Curveball arcs into the zone. Jonah Libby down 0-2 in the count. Into the windup, here comes Livingston. Curveball misses. Ball 1 to Libby, the right fielder. Two-strike fastball, close but missing. Count goes to 2-2. Livingston calling time, wants a new baseball. Another curveball, this one misses for ball 3. Jonah Libby thought that was ball 4. He's got to get one more to take that trip to first base. The full count pitch. Called strike 3, Libby down looking. 2 outs, both via the strikeout for Jordan Livingston, and that brings up Hunter Schlegel, the DH. Spruce Creek with an interesting design on the field. Haggerty had this as well, where it's turf behind the plate and in the batter's circle. The rest of the field, natural, grass and dirt. And this kind of extends about 80 feet down the first and third base lines. Schlegel swings and misses at strike 2. Livingston again fires. Outside ball 1. Hunter Schlegel batting .389 for Creekside, getting on base at the .500 mark. Swings, foul tip. Is it caught? It is not. Seamus Moylan took a little shot there on the foul ball. He's going to have to shake that one off. Schlegel digs back in. The offering from Livingston. Missed down and in. It's a long windup for Jordan Livingston. He takes a couple steps out there on the mound. It's a process. Schlegel fights this one down the left field side. That one tracking fair, and it drops down in front of L.J. Edwards. A base hit for Hunter Schlegel. 2-out base runner for the Knights. And now the heart of the order trying to start a little rally and get a run home in the first inning. Tavern blands it up for the Knights. Schlegel is a threat to steal. We'll see if the Knights want to send him and get him into scoring position with 2 outs. Doesn't go there. That one fouled out of play towards the batting cages here at Spruce Creek. Livingston set. To the plate, misses away. 1-1 count on the Creekside first baseman. Schlegel takes his lead at first base. Pickoff move. That one gets away from the first baseman, Badalato. Schlegel digging for second. He is in there standing. Creekside gets a runner in scoring position after the pickoff move goes wild. And now an opportunity with 2 outs to get a run home in the first inning. Lands it right here. Got to be thinking probably left center field. LJ Edwards playing towards that left field line a little bit. There is a big gap out there above the shortstop, Devin Crown. And it looks like Blanzett's going to hit that. That is down. Schlegel will score. Blanzett comes through with an RBI single. Creekside strikes first. Tavern Blanzett gets the Knights on board, goes the opposite way. In the last 4 games, Spruce Creek has allowed just 1 run. Creekside able to work the 2-out single, going back to back. And that pickoff move ends up costing Spruce Creek dearly, as that got Schlegel into scoring position, allowed him to score on that single. Curveball to Drew Williams finds the zone. 0-1. Caught fishing, trying for second is Blanzett. The throw was high, allowing Tavern Blanzett to get into scoring position. 2 strikes on Drew Williams. Williams 1 for 5 on the season. Got to stay short on that swing, put the ball in play. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The Knights do get one on an RBI single from Tavern Blanzett. First chance for the Hawks when we return on Schlick Sports. Bottom of the first inning. Time now to take a look at the batting order for Spruce Creek. They're led off by Tyler Boyesen, followed by Devin Crown and LJ Edwards. Lucas Badalato cleaning things up with Payson Garcia and Justin Cronin batting 5-6. Mason Sanders, Tate Haig, and Seamus Moylan 7-8-9. On the mound for Creekside, Matthew Bisham making his second appearance of the season. Had a short start against Lincoln, working back from an injury, was on a pitch count of 45. In that game, Bisham went 2 2/3, allowing 2 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. He struck out 3 while walking 3. Last year, as a sophomore, carried an ERA of 2.03. Getting notes from Chris King about where to come set in his delivery. And while they meet on the mound, quick look at the Creekside defense. Drew Williams in left with Mike Bisham in center and Jonah Leiby in right. Hyatt, Benechek, Morton, and Blanzett across the infield. A different look for the Knights. And now Chris King going out to the mound, along with the umpire. Interesting right there. Maybe accidentally, he had both umpires talking to him. Maybe he was balking in his warm-up. That's about best guess I can think of. Creekside with the 1-0 lead as Tyler Boyesen walks up to the plate. This Spruce Creek team has been raking, batting .317, scored 72 runs in their first 7 games, averaging over 10 per game. Boyesen at the top of the lineup, hitting .350. He's one of 5 qualified hitters, batting .350 or above. The 1-1. Close pitch. Called ball 2. Bisham to the plate. Nice pitch there, the slider in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking to set down the leadoff man. This one grounded towards first. Blanzett fields, flips on to Bisham, who steps on the bag. 1 gone in the bottom of the first inning. Gotta imagine that's gonna be a big key for Bisham in this game, keeping the ball on the ground. The wind blowing out here at Spruce Creek. And Bisham, over his career, has done a nice job of doing exactly what I just mentioned. Last year, 51% of the time, the ball was on the ground when opponents put it in play. 74% weak contact as Devin Crown takes a strike. And batting average on balls in play from opponents against Bisham, .296 last year. This one out towards right center. That one is dangerous. It is down in the gap. 1 hopper off the wall. Crown taking the turn at second, trying for third, and he is in. A wild throw backed up by Bisham. It will be a triple for the shortstop, Devin Crown. Well, that was not weak contact. Took that one the opposite gap, put a charge into it. As I was talking about with that batting average on balls in play, which is .250 for Lincoln against Matt Bisham. That one put in play into left field. Catch is dropped! Drew Williams dropped out number 2. A run will score on the error. And it is 1-1. Williams maybe a little too focused on making that throw home to try to get Devin Crown. Ends up dropping the ball out of his glove. A big-time mistake defensively, and Drew Williams has got a good arm. Could have challenged him at the plate, but first things first, you got to make that catch. And now still 1 away in the inning, 1 run on and 1 run in. As Lucas Battalato battles that one away. Good pitch from Bisham. Gets the called strike 2. LJ Edwards off at first. Checked on back in time. Edwards has got 3 stolen bases, second on this Spruce Creek team. Bisham set. Here it is. Swung on and missed, strike 3, check throw first, got him! For the second time in the last week, a strike him out, throw him out on a back pick from Connor Belizik to get the runner off of first. And that ends the inning. However, Spruce Creek does tie it up on the error, 1-1 between the Knights and the Hawks. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Second inning of baseball between Creekside and Spruce Creek. 1-1 tied up after 1. Parker Morton leading things off, laces one foul down the left field line. Nice little barrel there from Morton. Ends up being strike 1. Time called at the plate, having some issues with pitch comm from the looks of it. And they are meeting down that third base line, messing with some of the technology. Pitch comm, something that has been a recent addition to the game at all levels of baseball, seeing it more at the high school level. Creekside, I believe last year was the first year the Knights used it. Too far up and in on Parker Morton. The curveball missing, making it 1-1. Got softball and baseball going on here at Spruce Creek. Some loud music from the other side in between innings, and I'm sure it sounds like that. Baseball as well. Morton backed off the plate, running towards first as if it hit him. And it did. Hit by pitch. Nets Creekside a leadoff base runner in the second inning. Mike Bisham with a runner on, stepping up to the plate. Good job right here for Bysham. Advance the runner. Creekside, a team not afraid to bunt. And now the infield umpire rubbing up the baseball, trying to make sure the pitcher's got a grip on it. I'm not sure. Jordan Livingston has tossed a couple baseballs back home already. Bysham takes strike one. Good pitch there from Livingston. Not much for Bysham to do with that one. Another curveball takes this one to third. 5-4-3 double play. Just like that, 2 outs in the second inning. Well executed play by the Spruce Creek defense. Hudson Hyatt with the bases now empty and 2 outs in the inning. Hyatt 0 for 1 at the plate this season, getting the start at third base. Curveball finds the zone, 0-2 the count. Full windup, fouled away. Curveball got him fishing. Throw to first in time to retire the side. Knights quiet in the second. Still tied up after 1.5 on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Five, 6, 7 coming up for the Hawks, led off by Payson Garcia in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 our score, each team striking for 1 in the first. Creekside held to a donut in the top half of the second. Matt Bysham trying to work some more of the same here for the Spruce Creek bats in the second. And match that 0 on the scoreboard. To first, right at Tavern, lands it. A line out for Garcia. 1 away. That brings up Justin Cronin. Cronin in 17 plate appearances, hitting .533 with 4 extra base hits and 7 RBIs. Takes one outside for a ball. Cronin, the sophomore, has been one of the top bats this season for the Hawks. Good pitch from Bisham, gets him swinging out in front of it there, 1-1. Bisham set at the waist, just working out of the stretch. Good slider there. Justin Cronin down on the strikeout. 2 up, 2 down to start the bottom of the second. Mason Sanders, the right fielder, will be the next to greet Bisham. Takes a pitch outside, 1-0. This is the 5th all-time meeting between Creekside and Spruce Creek. They've faced off each of the last 4 years. Spruce Creek won this matchup last year at Creekside by a score of 5-1. Bisham got the start in that game, going 5 innings, allowing 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Not a bad start for Bisham. The Knights offense just couldn't get much of anything going in that game. No game has come within 3 runs between these two sides. It's always been one team scores a good amount and the other not so much. The winning team has always scored at least 5. Bisham gets strike 2, setting the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mason Sanders. Here comes Bisham. Line drive, foul down that right field side. Sanders able to stay alive. Still a 1-2 count. 2 gone in the second. Bisham trying for the 1-2-3. Does he get it? Ground ball to second. Benechek on to first, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Bisham. Hawks quiet in the second. On to the third here on Schlick Sports. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. Welcome back now to Spruce Creek. Top of the third inning between Creekside and the Hawks. It'll be Benechek, Belizik, Leiby, 9-1-2 for Creekside. This Spruce Creek team has outscored their opponents 47-1 in their last 4 games. They'd shut out teams 4 times this season. The most a team has scored against the Hawks is 3 runs. Creekside deadlocked at 1 with them after 2. They're going to need to generate some more offense as they did in the first. Aiden Benetrek fouls that one away. Creekside got the leadoff man on base in the second. Morton was hit by a pitch. Michael Bysham grounded into a double play. And Hudson Hyatt struck out to end that inning. In the first inning, it was a 2-out rally for the Knights as Schlegel went the opposite way for a single, and Blanzit doing the same thing to drive in the run. 1-2 to Benechek. Froze him on a pitch that just missed. Creekside has struck out 4 times already. They've got to do a better job of putting the ball in play. Another close take there. Both of those, I think, could have been called strikes. That one might have been just off the plate. Good eye from Benechek, 3-2. Sent to short, couple hops and a throw to first in time. 1 away. Good AB from Benechek. Unable to reach base, and that brings up the leadoff man, Belizik. He struck out swinging his first time up. We'll see if the second time through the order allows Creekside to get some more action on the bases. They've been patient at the plate. I feel like they were a little too patient in their last game against Haggerty. Belizik swings on that one, just missed a extra base hit. Few inches foul. 0-2 the count. Long windup from Livingston. Belizik sends this one down the left field line. That is a foul ball. Another extra base hit that is inches foul. Belizik got a hold of that one, sent it about 310 feet. Trying to send one fair this time. Time called by Belizik. Another 2-strike pitch. Didn't bite at the curve. Another one from Livingston. That one got him looking. Good curveball, froze Belizik. That brings up Leiby with 2 away. He struck out looking on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. Takes the first pitch fastball for a strike. Leiby down 0-2. The kick in the pitch. Upstairs for a ball. His 2-strike pitch has been the curve. We'll see if that's what Livingston goes to here. And he does. Leiby bounces this one softly to third. Throw across the infield. Not in time. Leiby legs it out. A 2-out infield single for Jonah Leiby. Good effort from Tate Haig. Just couldn't quite beat him on the throw. And that brings up Schlegel. He singled and scored in the first. He's got some good room to work down that right field line. And I'm surprised with Schlegel. He did send one, kind of blooped one down that left field line for his first hit. LJ Edwards is playing far over on the left side of left field. So you look at that outfield alignment, there's Edwards compared to the left field line. Big gap in left center field. And the right fielder shaded a little more towards center. Schlegel swings at that one and misses. Leiby went before the pitch. That one fouled away. Lucky that Livingston didn't seem to realize. Another 1-2, that one fouled away. Good contact from Schlegel. Couldn't poke it fair. LJ Edwards, I don't think I've seen a left fielder playing that close to the line for a left-handed hitter in a while. There's a lot of space in left center field. That one into the Spruce Creek dugout. Good heads-up moment, and they were ready for it. Good reflexes there. Braden Myers with a good dodge to get out of the way, and he is switching spots in that dugout. Another 1-2 will have to wait. Pickoff move is close. Spruce Creek thought they got him. Leiby back just in time. Now the 1-2 goes to the curveball, sent to second. Fielder's choice, retires the side. Creekside gets the 2-out hit. Unable to keep the inning going any further. 1-1 out here at Spruce Creek. Matt Bysham out on the mound for his third inning of work. Set the Hawks down in order in the second. He's got 8-9-1 to face in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch to the third baseman, Tate Haig. The 0-1 from Bysham. Fastball up and away. That heater, you've seen that velocity climb over his time as a Knight. Topping out in the low 90s now. Gets good movement on that slider. Stepping off on the mound by the direction of Robbie McClovsky, who calls the pitches for Creekside. Cut on and miss, strike three. Drop third strike and hitter going back to the dugout. Not gonna matter. Second strikeout of the night for Matthew Bysham, and that brings up Seamus Moylan. I'm shipping up to Boston, his walk-up song. That's a good one right there. Takes the fastball, which misses the zone, 1-0. Swings and misses at the slider. One out in the bottom of the third. The catcher Moylan at the plate. Another slider, which he offers at. Going to have a quick meeting down the third baseline. Bysham's got him with that slider twice. We'll see if he goes back to the fastball here or looks to stick with that pitch. Bysham set. Here's his 1-2. Goes with the fastball. Fouled that one back. That was pitch 31 from Bysham. He's been efficient so far. Goes to the slider, and he got him again. 2 down. That slider has been working for Matthew Bysham tonight. That thing's got good speed and good run. The break on that one is tough to handle. Now back to the top of the order. We'll see if the second time around changes things for the Spruce Creek team. Swing and a miss from Boyesen to get things started. Another slider and another one cut on and missed. 0-2 count. Bysham in control. There's a pitch just a bit outside. Gotta imagine it's the slider right here. Belzic set up down and away. There's the pitch. That time Boyesen didn't bite. The 2-2. Another one fought off. Good battle here between Boyesen and Bisham. And he got him! Matt Bisham strikes out the side. Fourth inning, tied up between Creekside and Spruce Creek. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. On to the top of the fourth inning. Tavern Blanzett taking a strike. Jordan Livingston out on the mound has allowed some base runners, but managed to keep runs off the scoreboard for the most part. Blanzett takes this one down the third base line. Will be a tough play. Hegg couldn't make it. The first baseman, Badalato, tried to apply the tag as he was brought off the bag. A good effort there from Tate Haig at third base. The Knights will have someone run for Blanzett. Chris King talking with the home plate umpire. It's going to be Josh Huber for the Creekside Knights. Leadoff man on board. Drew Williams up for the Knights. And it's actually not Huber. They go to Austin Cackle-Reese. Showing bunt. Williams gets it down. It's a good one. Throw will go to first, and it is not in time. A bunt single for Drew Williams. Creekside gets their first two men on base to open up the inning. An infield single and a bunt single. 2 on, nobody out. And Spruce Creek will take a little visit out on the mound. Parker Morton, the next on base, up at the plate, and trying to get a big inning going for Creekside. This is the type of situation that you've got to find a way to get a run home. Spruce Creek is a team that doesn't allow too many runs. This pitcher, Jordan Livingston, doesn't In fact, through 7 games, just one pitcher on this Hawks staff has allowed more than 1 earned run. Creekside's got a chance to strike in the top of the 4th inning. They've got to take it. Morton, he shows bunt. He gets it down. That's another good-looking bunt. There's not even going to be a play there. Back-to-back bunt singles. Parker Morton and the Creekside Knights fired up. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Michael Bisham, next man up. Now a force at any base. Corner infielders playing in for Spruce Creek. Back into the full windup goes Livingston. Bisham swung on and fouled back, strike 1. The one big no-no right here is a strikeout. That ball outside, 1-1. Here's Livingston. Misses with the curve. 2 balls and a strike on Mike Bisham. Cackle-Reese on third. Williams on second. Parker Morton on first. Nobody out. In the top of the 4th, Creekside trying to break the tie. Bisham pops this one foul. 2-2. Big pitch here for Livingston. Froze him, a close pitch. Spruce Creek wanted it. Just miss for ball 3. Seemed to miss that outside part of the plate. Not by much, but a good take from Bisham. Livingston will step off the rubber. The payoff pitch. Here it is. Curveball put in play. That's going to score a run. Fielder's choice out at second. And Bisham brings home Cackle-Reese, and Creekside takes the lead. (2-1), the Knights up on the Hawks. Still only 1 away, runners at the corners. Hudson Hyatt's turn for Creekside. He shows bunt, pops it up. That ball is caught. Well, they'd had the bunt work twice this inning, thought they'd go back to it, and Hyatt popped it up. Now it's on Benechek to bring in Williams. Trying to create some separation. Bisham takes second without a throw. 2 runners in scoring position. That first pitch was a ball to Aiden Benechek. Livingston now with the base open. We'll see, does he want to face that leadoff man? I'd rather attack Benechek. Belichick has struck out twice in this game. He's on deck. The 2-0 catches the zone, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike on Benechek. That one runs up and in. 3-1 the count with 2 in scoring position and 2 outs. Don't have to give him a pitch to hit right here. Livingston can't afford the walk. Goes up and in. Benechek sends this one over the backstop and out of play. Full count on the shortstop, Aiden Benechek. Creekside looking to extend their lead in the 4th. Livingston to the plate. Curveball got him looking at strike 3. But the Knights do get 1. They take the lead in the top of the 4th. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2-1 the advantage for Creekside. The Knights able to get one in the top half of the inning. They had an opportunity to get some more, but kind of got in their own way in the top of the 4th inning, popping up a bunt and then a strike 3 looking to end the inning. Those are two things that will drive coaches crazy. Strike 3 looking, and when you go for the bunt, get it down. Both things much easier said into a mic than done. But an opportunity to add some more runs wasted for the Knights. However, they do now have the lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. 0-2 count on Devin Crown, who tripled in the 1st. That one outside, 1-2. Time called. Bisham again goes to the outside. Did he get him on the swing? No, he did not. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slider is popped up. Lands at the first baseman, calling for it, makes the catch. 1 away. LJ Edwards, the next man up. Takes a fastball for a strike. Edwards, a big-time name here for a while. Perfect game grade of 10. Transferred to Spruce Creek from DeLand. A longtime Duke baseball commit. Been off to a bit of a slow start early on this year. He placed one into left field that went in and out of the glove of Drew Williams, allowing Devin Crown to score. 1-2, taken low for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on LJ Edwards. He stands in on the plate. Surprised that one didn't hit him. A left-handed hitter who crowds that plate, sort of like Anthony Rizzo. His foot is on that white line. Sends this one towards short. Benechek makes the play. 2 up, 2 down to start the bottom of the 4th. Base is empty. 2 outs, and Lucas Badalato up to the plate. Man, that is a fun name for me to say. Some smoke from the concession stand pouring over that backstop onto the field. Oh, 1 is a foul ball. 2 strikes on Badalato. Here's the 0-2. Fouled away. Stays alive. Another 2-strike offering. Fastball way up. 1-2. Badalato not going down easy. Two outs, 2 balls, and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Slider up and in, 3-2. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, foul tip. Belizik unable to haul it in. Caught a piece of him as well. He a little shaken up there. Still a full count. Been quite the battle from Badalato. Fouled a pitch away. Stayed patient, worked the count. This will be pitch number 8. This AB, this one back to Bisham. Throw to first is on the money. Another 1-2-3 inning from Matthew Bisham, his 3rd straight. 2-1 Knights after 4 on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Top of the 5th inning and the top of the order up for the Creekside Knights. Connor Belizik taking ball one. The Knights with the 1-run advantage.
Let's go, 3.
Trying to give Matt Bysham and their pitchers some breathing room as we enter the later stages of this ball game.
Breathe, man, breathe.
Belizik 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Takes a curveball for a strike. The 1-2. Got him swinging. Third strikeout of the game, a hat trick for Connor Belizik. Something you don't see very often. He's done a nice job up at the plate throughout most of the season of putting the ball in play. These last couple games, now 5 strikeouts on the line for him. That brings up Jonah Leiby. Jordan Livingston hasn't allowed much hard contact in this game. Creekside's just kind of played small ball. No extra base hits. The only real barrel for a hit has been from Tavern Blanzett back in the 1st inning. There's been 2 bunt singles that were big for the Knights last inning. Two balls and 2 strikes on Leiby. That one in a similar spot to that last pitch. Surprised that didn't get called. Don't want to go down looking, as Creekside has a few times in this one. The 3-2. Fought back Bounced off the top of the fence and continued on out of play with good speed. I tell you, this fence, this backstop here at Spruce Creek, not very tall. Popped up. Bottolato chasing after it. Second baseman calling for it. And Garcia makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 5th, and that brings up Schlegel to try to start a 2-out rally, as he did back in the first inning. Singled the other way and scored the first run of the game. Shows bunt, popped up and foul. The third baseman, Haig, was playing back, and Creekside's bunted for a couple singles already in this one. Why not try for a third? Schlegel behind the fastball. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Outside, ball 2. Two, sent out to second. Bit of a tough hop, but handled by Garcia. Throw on to first, will retire the side. 2-1 Creekside. Still with the lead after the 1-2-3. Matt Bysham back out on the mound when we return. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. Bottom of the 5th inning, Matt Bysham back out for another inning. Slow chopper to Hyatt at third, throw across the diamond, not gonna be in time. Good effort on the charge. Couldn't quite make the throw. It's an infield single for Payson Garcia. And that breaks a long streak of batters retired by Matt Bysham. He had retired 10 straight before that little bunt, swinging bunt for a single. Justin Cronin up for his second plate appearance of the game. Came into this one hitting .533. Shows bunt, pops it up, and that one will get down safely. Pickoff move and back in time is Payson Garcia. No stolen bases on the season so far for the second baseman. Again, showing bunt is Cronin. This one sent to Bisham, who slips, throws from his backside, and still makes the play on his knees, and hopefully he's okay. Kind of hobbled up, and I'm not sure if he slipped, and hopefully nothing awkward happened there. Chris King just motioned to the bullpen. That might be it for Matt Bisham. He's closing in on his pitch count for the night, and the Knights not wanting to take any chances after that one. A great outing for Matthew Bisham, and hopefully he's okay after an awkward tumble there. And it looks like it'll be the freshman Will Wood when we return after this pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. A runner in scoring position and one away after the sacrifice bunt. Bottom of the fifth inning, and Creekside trusting the freshman Will Wood in just his second varsity appearance. He impressed in his first one against Lincoln. A tough team out of Tallahassee, went 2 2/3 without allowing a hit or a run. He struck out 2 while walking 1, and a tough challenge for him here against Spruce Creek. The Knights showing a lot of trust here. He'll face Mason Sanders with 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch swinging. That one is fouled onto the softball field. Strike 1. Wood does a little bit of everything. Does a nice job. He's got a good fastball. Locates his pitches well, gets good movement. Showing bunt, pulling back, and taking a ball is Sanders. One the count. Here's the pitch. Pop foul, out of play, 1-2. Tying run in scoring position. That's Payson Garcia out on second. Mason Sanders this season came into this one hitting 100, but getting on base at the 438 mark. He's driven in 1 run. 2 strikes. Here it is. Blooped out into shallow left field. Williams coming in, makes the play. 2 outs, and Tate Haig to the plate. A transfer from New Smyrna Beach. Struck out his first time up. And this is a big spot. Spruce Creek has got 7 outs to play with. They've got a runner in scoring position. Tate Haig trying to bring him in. First pitch is popped up. Shallow center field. That one drops. And we are tied. That's kind of in the Bermuda Triangle. Kind of my view blocked. I couldn't tell if Bisham, the center fielder, called him off. It was a tough angle for Benachek and Morton, the infielders, and then Bisham slid for it, couldn't get it. Just a big-time mistake on the field by Creekside. That extends the inning and ties us back up. Creekside's defense hurt them big time against Trinity Christian. First pitch, strike to Seamus Moylan. That's a big reason why Trinity able to separate in that game and win. And really, Spruce Creek, both their runs have scored on defensive mistakes by the Creekside Knights. You can argue they should have nothing on the scoreboard right now. Good curveball from Will Wood. Close, but he doesn't get the call. Pickoff move to second. Wood entering for the starter, Matt Bisham, and the pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you're ready to make a change for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. The 1-1. Hits the zone. A ball and 2 strikes. Will Wood trying to keep this one tied and end the inning. His pitch, low, ball 2. Fought off to the Creekside dugout. Another pitch to Seamus Moylan. It's on the way. Curveball, down low, count is full. The 3-2 is into left. We'll see if they challenge Williams. They're going to hold the runner, and a good decision from the looks of that throw. 3-2 base hit, runners at the corners. And that brings up the leadoff man, Tyler Boyesen, committed to Stetson. Has got a good opportunity to give Spruce Creek their first lead of the game. Boyesen 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. First pitch low, ball 1. Set on the mound. Here's the pitch. At the knees, it's a strike. That one down. 2-1 count. Runners on first and third. Spruce Creek has tied this one up in the 5th inning. Throw to first is close, not in time. There's a strike at the plate. 2-2 count. Wood comes set and delivers. Down and away, ball 3. Full count. The freshman versus the senior. Wood steps off. He hasn't faced a moment like this quite yet. After back-to-back singles, one on a defensive miscue. Wood trying to bounce back. The 3-2. Grounded to third. Hyatt makes the throw wide. Blands it. Beat him to the bag. And that will end the inning. Spruce Creek able to tie it as Creekside let the pop-up drop. The Knights keep this one tied in the 5th inning. On to the 6th, we've got a brand new ball game here on Schlick Sports. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. Time for another pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. It is officially a bullpen game. Micah Sanders on in relief of Jordan Livingston. Both starters, Micah Sanders. Tavern Blands it, hit by the first pitch. Will take his base. He's now reached base all 3 times up at the plate. Both starters who pitched really good games will get a no decision. Matt Bysham for Creekside going 4 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He struck out 5, didn't walk anybody. Jordan Livingston goes 5, allowing 2 runs. As the pitch to Drew Williams, a ball. Neither run earned for Livingston. Allowed 5 hits, struck out 7, didn't walk anybody. Pickoff move to first, and Blands it back safely. Sanders committed to Erskine. Funny enough, Aiden Benechek, who he could be facing here. The 9 spot for Creekside, also committed to Erskine. Two 2-0 the count. The delivery from the southpaw. Finds the zone 2-1 on Drew Williams. Pitching changes are brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you're ready to make a change on your home or auto, go to bwquote.com. Down and in. Blands it, stays put on first base. 3-1 the count. Sanders making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's pitched 2 innings, struck out 3 while walking 1, has not allowed any runs. Here's his 3-1. Williams slashes it foul down the right field side. Full count on Drew Williams. It's the top of the 6th inning, tied at 2. 1 on, nobody out for Creekside. And Williams is trying to get that runner into scoring position at the least. Takes a pitch at the knees for a called strike 3. I tell you, the Knights have had too many of those tonight. You cannot be caught looking at strike 3 as much as they have. That is their 4th strikeout looking. Parker Morton with 1 on and 1 out. Reached on a hit by pitch in the 2nd and a bunt single in the 4th. Morton's been swinging it well recently. Takes a strike. These Spruce Creek pitchers have done a nice job of getting ahead in counts. Livingston, the starter, phenomenal job of that. Creekside has not been aggressive early in counts. Hit and run in effect here. This should be a tough play. Garcia won't be able to make it. An infield single for Parker Morton. 2 on, 1 out. Michael Bysham, the next up for Creekside. And we'll see. Tavern Blands it on second. Doesn't have the best speed, but he's already been pinch run for in this game. So if the Knights were to take him out, that would be it for him, and a risk that I don't think you take in the 6th inning. Especially in a tie game. One of your better bats. Down in the turf. Ball 1 to Michael Bysham. 0 for 2 in this one, reaching on a fielder's choice and driving in a run in the 4th. 1-0 up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Michael Bysham. Nick Romeo is on deck, in line to hit for Hudson Hyatt. Interesting move, a lefty on lefty matchup. Outside, 3-0. Sanders trying not to load the bases. And he does. A 4-pitch walk to Michael Bysham, and the bases are loaded. We're going to have a visit out on the pitcher's mound. 1 out, and now you're pitching for the double play. The go-ahead run on third base for the Creekside Knights. And this will be a move to the bullpen. Back after this pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Bases loaded for the Knights when we return on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Top of the 6th inning, and a big-time spot. Bases loaded, 1 away. Nick Romeo coming up to the plate to greet the new pitcher, Payson Garcia, on the pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you're ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. Meeting on the mound, Garcia making his 2nd appearance of the year. He's pitched in 1 game, went 1 inning, allowed 3 runs, all of them earned. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch in that inning. Here's Nick Romeo. Bases loaded. Tie ball game, infield in for Spruce Creek. Ground ball up the middle, through into center field. That scores Blanzett. Morton coming home. The throw, not in time. Nick Romeo advancing to second. It's a 2-run single, and the Knights lead 4-2. One pitch is all it took for Nick Romeo. Pinch hitting for the Creekside Knights. He comes up with a massive 2-run single. The Knights with the lead in the 6th inning. Now Benechek sends this one to right center. That one playable. Catch is made by Boyesen. Tagging up, heading home. Bysham, he is in. Sac fly for Benechek. And it is 5-2 Creekside. And that, a breath of fresh air for the Creekside Knights, who've had plenty of bases loaded scenarios this year where they haven't been able to come through and get runs home. All 3 score from the original base runners in the bases loaded spot. Still a runner on third. That's Hudson Hyatt back in for Romeo. Connor Belizik trying to build on this 3-run lead. This is now the most runs scored against Spruce Creek this season. Only one team previously had scored more than 1 against the Hawks. The most scored going into this game against Spruce Creek was 3. Creekside's got 5. The 1-1. Catches the corner. 2 strikes now on Belizik. On the other side of that, this is an offense that can strike for a lot quickly in Spruce Creek. This one far from over. The Knights will take as many runs as they can get. 2 outs. And another run just 90 feet away. Belizik at the plate, takes a slider. Inside, 2-2.
Come on, man, base hit, dude, base hit.
Trying to put the strikeouts behind him and extend the lead. Slider up high. 3-2 on Connor Belizik. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. That ends the inning, but Creekside gets 3 and the 2 go-ahead runs, scoring on a single from Nick Romeo. 5-2 Creekside. Back after this break on Schlick Sports. Bottom of the 6th inning, Creekside, after plating 3 in the top half of the inning, trying to hold on against the number 2 team in the state, ranked by Max Preps. Spruce Creek only behind IMG Academy after their 7-0 start. Devin Crown places a good bunt. Hyatt charging, will have to make the throw, not close. Great bunt single there by Devin Crown, trying to get something started in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-3-4, we're due up. This is LJ Edwards now at the plate. Leadoff man on base. Spruce Creek, as I mentioned in the top half of the inning, a dangerous offense. They can strike for a lot quickly. Diving stop at second by Morton. 4, 6. Not quite in time at first for the double play, but they do get one on the fielder's choice. Great stop with the glove by Parker Morton. One gone. This is a Spruce Creek offense that has been dominant this year. Came into this one hitting .317, and they had scored at least 8 runs in each game they'd played. Just 2 so far tonight. Fouled straight back. Lucas Badalato up at the dish. Came into this one hitting .136, 0 for 2 on the day. Though he does have the low batting average, he's been clutch. 6 RBIs, and the only home run of the season for Spruce Creek. Can't be thinking long ball here with the tying run on deck. Will Wood, the freshman in his 2nd game, comes set, deals his 0-2. Grounded to third, Hyatt to second for 1. Throw from Morton is high into the dugout. Takes a hop, the runner into the baseline, tagged out, inning over. Badalato took the turn, fell down. Belizik, nice job by the catcher, coming up the first baseline to back up the throw. Tags him out. An unconventional double play to end the inning. On to the 7th, 5-2 Creekside. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Top of the 7th inning, Creekside leading by 3 on Spruce Creek and trying to add a few more runs before the bottom of the 7th inning. Michael Bysham had been subbed out of center field in the 6th inning, most likely to warm up in the bullpen, try to come in and get the save. Will Wood's been pitching pretty well. Jonah Leiby coming up to the plate, 2-3-4 for Creekside in the 7th. The offense has done a nice job of coming up with hits and playing small ball. No extra base hits, but they managed to score 5 runs. Spruce Creek had allowed 5 all season coming into this matchup. Creekside Baseball brought to you in part by Triple Crown Fence. Call today for a free estimate at 305-331-9377. Libby behind 0-2. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Payson Garcia fires. That one slashed foul. Libby staying alive. Froze him with the breaking ball. One away in the 7th. Well, I mentioned this stat early on. Creekside striking out 35% of the time in losses, 21% in wins. There's been a lot of strikeouts tonight. Ball 1 to Schlegel. One to Schlegel. Foul tip, strike 2. There's been 10 strikeouts for Creekside in this one. Chance for another one here as Garcia fires, and he got him. Make it 11. And the one stat there with the strikeouts that Creekside definitely is not thrilled about, outside of the sheer number of them, is that 5 of them have been looking. Got to get the bat off your shoulder with 2 strikes. Lands it, fouls this one back. He's reached base all 3 times in this one. Twice with singles and 1 on a hit by pitch. Golfs this one foul out of play. Payson Garcia trying to strike out the side on just 10 pitches if he can get this one. Misses high. 1-2 on Blanzett. Pitch. Thought they had strike 3. Ball looked a little inside, 2-2. Another 2-strike offering. This one is lined into right center field. That's going to get to the wall. Blanzett taking the turn, trying for 2. He is in with a stand-up double. Tavern Blanzett with his 3rd hit of the game. Creekside doubles brought to you by Triple Crown Fence. Call today for a free estimate at 305-331-9377. 2-out double for Blanzett puts a runner in scoring position, and Drew Williams up to the plate to bring him home, or attempt to. Takes ball 1 up high. He is 1 for 3 with a bunt single. Late on the fastball, 1-1 count. Parker Morton on deck. Two strikes on Williams. Runner goes. This one is down in left center. Blanzett will score. Williams trying for second. He is out. Trying to extend it to a double. Creekside plates another on the RBI from Drew Williams. 6-2 Knights. Will Wood walking back out to the mound to try to close this one out in the 7th. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Will Wood, the freshman, came out of the bullpen, has pitched well so far. Got a 4-run advantage. He's in line for the win. If he can shut the door in the 7th, gets Payson Garcia swinging at strike 1. Oh, 2 count on Garcia. Creekside trying to serve Spruce Creek their first loss of the season in what would be a pretty good early season upset. Staying alive, Garcia with 2 strikes. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Committed to St. John's River State. Swings and sends one down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Should be extra bases. Garcia takes the turn for second. Williams throws to the cutoff man. It is a stand-up double for Garcia. Don't count them out yet. Justin Cronin with a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Curveball, a strike to Justin Cronin. 0 for 1 at a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Fouls one away. 2-strike count on the DH. After a peek towards second, the curveball is in on the hands, handled and put into center field. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Robbie McCloskey will go out and talk to Will Wood. We'll see if that is it. As the tying run now on deck, and Michael Bysham will enter. As he'll look to finish this one off for the Knights. When we return after this pitching change, brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you're ready to make a change for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. After the pitching change, back on Schlick Sports, Michael Bysham relieving Will Wood. Tying run stands on deck for Spruce Creek. Bysham trying for the save. He's a guy who's pitched in a lot of high-leverage situations throughout his Creekside career, making just his second appearance of the season. Didn't have his best appearance against Trinity Christian. That was last week. Trying to step up for Creekside right here. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Mason Sanders fouls one off 0-1. Each of the first two batters got into 0-2 counts and were able to work a hit. Bysham's 0-1. Down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mason Sanders, the right fielder, 0 for 2 on the day. Garcia on third, Cronin on first. Curveball, just missing. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ground ball back up the middle, high chopper. Benechek flips to second. In time for the fielder's choice. Garcia scores. 1 away. That was close. That was a slow chopper that Benechek probably should have taken another step or 2 on the charge. Close play at second. Spruce Creek thought he was safe. He was not. Runner on first with 1 away. Foul back. This is Tate Haig. Singled in the tying run in the 5th. Now down by 3, just trying to get on base and set up Seamus Moylan as the tying run at the plate. Fastball sent to short. This could be 2. 6, 4, 3. Did it get him? No, he did not. Close at first. Bang, bang. Haig beat the throw by a step. And just like that, Spruce Creek down to their final out. It's Seamus Moylan trying to get on base and set it up for the big boppers at the top of the order. The wind is blowing out. Got some dangerous hitters at the top of the lineup. First pitch sent to second. Morton will step on the bag, and Creekside pulls off the upset. On the road, they knock off Spruce Creek by a score of 6-3. A big-time win for the Creekside Knights as they knock off the number 2 team in the state of Florida, serving the Hawks their first loss of the year. And the Knights, they came up when they needed hits tonight. A brilliant performance from this pitching staff against a very tough lineup. Creekside comes on the road and takes care of business in an impressive W. Their first of 3 on the week. The Knights will return Thursday night against Bartram Trail for the first of 2 against the Bears in the Battle of Longleaf Pine. I will see you then. But until next time, I am Noah Schlick signing off saying have a good night, everybody. I'll see you next time here on Schlick Sports.